Hello guys and welcome back to Percy Jackson and the Olympians, and today we're going to be talking about episode 3.
You're late.
I gotta say, it was a very interesting episode. I'll be honest, I have not watched any episodes since it actually came out, so this is currently Jan 8th that I'm filming this, and I gotta be honest, I haven't wanted to watch it, which I feel bad about because like the first two episodes were really good, but like there's been nothing that's compelled me to want to watch it since,
I can't believe you.
which I'm not sure whether that's sort of like it airing over Christmas and me just being really busy and not finding the time, or the fact that I'm not necessarily as excited for this show as I thought I was.
The first one you said!
But I gotta say, having watched this episode, I kind of did want to watch the next episode straight after. I'd stop myself because I was like, no, I need to record the video first, because otherwise my thoughts and feelings for the next episode could bleed into this one. I like to keep it like that, so watch an episode, record, that kind of thing.
Get on with it.
I gotta be honest, I thought this was a strong episode from the start to the finish. There wasn't really a lot of dull moments. There were some really great character moments, and I gotta be honest, the kids are kind of leading the show at the moment in a really weird way. Like sometimes when you get kid driven shows, they don't really land as well as some of the other shows that have adults at the forefront, but this one is really sort of chugging along at a good pace. I really like the main three characters. I think they're all very unique and interesting in their own way, and there's a great supporting cast as well that really sort of ties everything together and makes it really interesting to watch. So, the episode started with Percy basically having to seek permission from the Oracle to go on this mission and then choose the people he's going on the mission with. I found it very interesting that the Oracle was presented as this like creepy old person in a chair that then transformed into a cloud of mist and then started speaking some random phrases.
Spooky.
It was not how I envisioned the Oracle to be, I gotta be honest, but I think it was an interesting way of depicting them. There was also some things that I'd forgotten. Apparently, there's a prophecy that one of his friends is going to stab him in the back, which I think is weird, I guess. It was a weird thing to sort of start the episode with. Like, it didn't really... It just... I don't remember this being in the book, but maybe this is just my shocking memory of the book, but it was just like a really weird moment where I was like, oh, so they're kind of foreshadowing the fact that someone he's traveling with is going to betray him.
Jesus, talk about foreshadowing.
Yeah.
Okay, sure. I'm interested, but also I'm hoping that it's not in the way that we think it's going to be. I'm hoping that there's some kind of subverting expectations that will be going on. Like I said, I do not remember how this book ends, how the story goes.
Do you remember anything?
I just remember at some point they go to LA. No, at some point they go to, I think it's Las Vegas, and they go to like a casino. I remember that vaguely, and then they're in LA. That's all I remember. So they're also told that the underworld is in LA, which is kind of funny. I think it's that's got to be some kind of diss against LA, that the fact that the entrance to the underworld, essentially hell, is literally in LA. That's quite entertaining.
That's like a hate crime.
But it came time to pick the people he was going to go with, and before my man, oh my god, I forgot the name of the guy, the centaur, the Mr. somebody, before he'd even finished talking, Peter had gone, is it Peter? Percy.
Oh, thanks for almost learning his name.
Percy Jackson picked Annabeth straight away. Just about Annabeth. I'm picking her. Yeah. Like, and Mr. whatever his name is was like, do you not want to wait until I've read out the other names? No. Choosing her. I want the strongest. And then he also picked Grover, which, like, I'll be 100% honest. Here's how honest I'm going to be. Did anybody see it going any other way? No. I'm sorry. I mean, if you were completely oblivious to all the promo stuff that they'd done, completely oblivious to the fact that there's a book, then maybe it would have been a little bit shocking that he chose Annabeth and Grover.
Oh, shocker.
Those three are literally on the poster for the TV show, so it wasn't that shocking to me. But it was an interesting thing. Like I said, it kind of set up the whole "you'll be betrayed by one of your friends" quite early on, and then it kind of didn't really go anywhere in this episode, but I'm assuming it will come into play at some point, and there's going to be numerous flashbacks to the Oracle going, "One of your friends will betray you." Ooh. Yeah, that's pretty much what the Oracle was like. So the next chunk of the episode took place on a bus. And I think this is where we were starting to see some tension between Annabeth and Percy. Annabeth wanted to go and get some snacks and was like, "We're having this and this." And Peter was... Peter! His name is not fucking Peter.
Strike two.
Percy said, "I think we should vote on it." And she was like, "No." And then Grover just started singing. Like, "Oh, yay, let's have a discussion. Let's sort it out. Woo, woo." And I was just like, I was sitting there like, huh? What is actually happening? And I'm so glad that both like Percy and Annabeth were just like, what was that? Like, I'm glad that they were just as sort of disgruntled and pissed off as I was when he started singing. Because I was like, what is going on? What am I sitting here watching?
Stop singing!
But then Annabeth went into the store and she bought some sweets and stuff. And then she turned around and she was like, "Oh, I can see a monster." Like, ah. And then when she got back on the bus, she noticed someone reading the newspaper. And I thought it really looked like the algebra teacher that Percy killed in the first episode. And it turns out, I think that it was, I can't remember her name, Mrs... I've got it in my notes somewhere, hang on. Mrs. Dodd, or Dodds, or something like that. And she appeared, and she offered Annabeth a deal. Like, "I'll help you with the quest if you give me Percy."
That sounds like an offer I can't refuse.
And obviously Annabeth refused. And then the bus turned into carnage because, like, I think Percy and Grover knocked a window out, and then they were told to clear the bus, whilst this big beastie thing was coming towards her. I still don't remember what they're called. Like big winged beastie things. But yeah, it was another thrilling, cool little segment of the episode. It wasn't quite as long as I thought it was going to be, and it proved to be like a lot easier to get away from them than I expected, but it is what it is. It's not everything can be as fast-paced and exciting.
Good God, this guy is lame.
So, the final segment of the episode took place in the forest. They went down a satyr path, which is essentially like a hidden path in the forest that would take them into like magical land or something like that. Grover explained it, and I kind of just went, okay, whatever. And then he started smelling hamburgers, and I was like, well, there's not going to be like a food van in the middle of the satyr path, so like, what's going on?
Burger.
And then they rocked up to this house that had loads of statues in the yard, and as soon as I clocked the statues, I was like, wait a minute. Wait, what? Like, I did not think episode 3 we were going to be tackling Medusa.
Don't touch her. Don't talk to her. Don't look at her.
I really did not expect it. And I was a little bit shocked because the big winged birdie lady, Mrs. Dodds, turned up and she was like, "I want the boy." And then Medusa came out and was like, "You're not having him." And everyone's like, "Don't look at her. Don't look at her." But also, like, she had a really, really cool outfit on, and she had a hat on that kind of covered her eyes, which I thought was quite cool. It was a really, really nice design for Medusa. I wasn't expecting it. obviously, like, Medusa, you hear and you think, like, oh, she's got because, like, you normally hear about her in Greek mythology, so she's got, like, lovely dress on, things like that.
Medusa!
But this was more like housewife Medusa, almost. Maybe not housewife, but sort of homeowner Medusa, which I thought was quite cool. And obviously, she invited the trio in for, like, food and was like, I'm not going to hurt you, but if you stay out here, you are going to be ripped to shreds by that thing. And so they decided to go in and get some food, which I thought was absolutely fair and valid. And then this is where things started to get a little bit uncomfortable, because obviously Annabeth's mum is Athena, and from what I understand, Athena was the person who cursed Medusa in the first place. I'm fairly certain. I could be wrong. And Medusa started to tell her side of the story and what happened to her, and Annabeth didn't like that and started to sort of argue back against it. And I just thought it was like a really tense, awkward moment that I was like, ooh, this is interesting. What's happening here? A lot of the dialogue in this show is very, very well written. I was worried that it would come across as cringy or awkward or just uncomfortable, but like the jokes are funny and the tense bits are actually like, ooh, they're worded very, very well, and I thought that there was some really, really cool moments as well.
Do you think Medusa's always been Medusa?
Percy helped Medusa in the kitchen, and Medusa offered him a deal. If she gave up the other two, then she would help him. But obviously he refused, and they went and hid in the basement of the house that she was living in. And it turns out the basement is full of statues.
Statues?
Yeah, when I saw the ones on the lawn, I was like, okay, that's quite cool, because you've got some ogres, you've got like a cyclops, it looks quite cool, and then you go down to the basement and it's all the people. And so I was kind of like, Medusa, I really, really thought you were good. I thought we could trust you. I really did think that we could trust her. And more for me, I guess. I gotta say, Medusa's design, really, really fucking cool. I really, really liked it. It didn't feel too much with the CGI. The CGI can sometimes feel a little bit like CGI, but this felt quite nice. It struck the balance between, I know it's fake, but also it looks really, really cool. So I thought that was really nice. And I honestly don't know the actress's name, but the person playing Medusa did a really, really good job. I was really sort of captivated in that scene.
Is that captivating enough?
The way they defeat her is relatively simple. Percy distracted her, and then obviously Grover flew in and distracted her again, and then Annabeth managed to sneak up behind her, put the invisible cap on her head, and then Percy swung and killed her, or chopped her head off. But then there was a whole kerfuffle of like, can't find the head, don't know where it went, and Annabeth's lost her cap, her invisible cap, which actually came in clutch this episode. I thought was quite interesting.
Where is the hat?
So, on the whole, a very, very interesting, like, battle scene. This is the first time we've gotten, like, a proper look at a mythological, like, icon, essentially. So, like, with Medusa, or, like, well, actually, that's wrong, because we did have the Minotaur in episode 1. My bad. But it's nice to see sort of a mythological creature with a personality, like Medusa then, I guess, because the Minotaur couldn't speak. As for what happened afterwards, Annabeth and Percy were just bickering, and then Grove was like, shut the fuck up, all of you. I'm sick and tired of this behaviour. I'm sick and tired. Like, can we just be friends? And Percy's like, well, I don't trust her. I don't trust either of you, because one of you two gonna stab me in the back. You're gonna stab me in the back. I can't have that. So, yeah, interesting. But it was a moment of bonding for them, I thought. I thought that was quite a nice bonding moment for them. And then just when I'm like, okay, so that's the episode done. Cool. Lin-Manuel Miranda pops up on my screen. What's Lin-Manuel Miranda doing on my screen? Why is he in Percy Jackson? What's going on? Oh, do you know what? I feel like he's got some secret deal with, like, Disney, where they just put him in everything. Like, I mean, to be fair, I can't remember the last thing I saw him in. But, then again, I just feel like he's in a lot of just random cameo roles. Like, I remember when he popped up in How I Met Your Mother, and I was like, what? What's he doing here? This was obviously pre-Hamilton as well. So, like, that was... And I watched it post-Hamilton, so I was like, what's going on with Lin? He's actually big time. I didn't realise he was that big time. But yeah, he showed up. It looks like he's playing Hermes, and he obviously delivered Medusa's head to the gods. I don't know how that's gonna go down with the gods. I don't think they're gonna be happy, but I guess that's where the cliffhanger left us. So next episode, not a clue what's in store for us. It looks to be an interesting episode from, like, the title, which again I can't remember off the top of my head. But let's talk scores, okay? So scores on the doors. I'm going to give this episode a 90. I'll give it 91%. I did really enjoy it. I think it had a really solid start, great middle, great conclusion, some really nice moments from the actors, nice writing. The scenes were tense. I believed they were in danger at times. Yeah, good story. Very, very interesting. Good episode. So thank you guys very, very much for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Keep on ranting. Bye now.